When the Zone Committee was first established, we did a number of workshops over a period of 3 to 4 months. Really the purpose was to identify what was of value to ourselves as individuals, but also as community representatives. And the Otukaikino and its tributaries were quite prominent in many people's minds at the time. So it became a priority area for the Zone Committee pretty much from the get-go.
We've just got into this particular area over the last 18 months. So about 16 months ago, the willow and blackberry, old man's beard, was right up to the river's edge, and in fact right into the river. We started off clearing the banks of about 3 or 4 metres back from the edge, and about 8-9 months ago we put a row of carrick sector along the bank, and now during this winter we will go in and we will move another few metres back of the willow and the blackberry, etc., and clear it out, and then we'll go and plant some taller trees in behind that. It's important when we're doing this not to go in and clear all the willow and the scrub out at the one time. We use the willow and the gorse, blackberry, etc. as to shade, as a nurse crop sort of thing from the wind or the sun or the frost. Definitely the birds is noticeably a lot more around. The fish, we are monitoring those. We started off monitoring the fish numbers before we did any work on here. So we've been going about 5 years now, 6 years with our monitoring. The carrick sectors and that along the river's edge, where they hang in the river, the fish can get in underneath it and spawn underneath them or feed. And the birds and that go along on the banks and they will nest or hide on the land. Also you get the insect that's attracted to the carrick sector and that's what the fish and the birds feed on. And then as you get back from the water's edge, well, that's when we put the other native plants in that used to be here years ago. This lot through the middle here, we put that in just under a year ago. So again, we cut the channel through here, or the track through here, and planted these plants, and they've more than doubled, 3 times the size in less than a year. But again, they're protected from the southerly, they're protected from the northerly winds, the sun doesn't get them, the frost, it doesn't dry out in the summer, so it's damp and they just grow. With the whole Otukaikino project, that's one of the good things about it, is the different landowners right along the Otukaikino have bought into this project, and they've given up a lot more area of their land for the plants and also for a track. And a lot of this is for the linkages from one part to another. So instead of just keeping 5 metres, 6, 7 metres back from the river and planting it, we've gone sort of a minimum of 20 metres and in some cases 50 metres, put the fencing in, and along the grassed area along here is actually our track. At the moment it's for maintenance, but long term it will be open to the public.
The funding money's been put towards planting, preparation prior to planting, and also post-maintenance of the planting. We've also funded money towards fencing, fencing off the riparian margins, removal of weeds, particularly willows. The whole of this area is entrenched in Ngāi Tuahurere whakapapa and traditions that have been passed down from generation to generation. This area has many uses for us. Predominantly most people think of it in the mahinga kai sense, the gathering of a place to gather resources. All through here was well known for various types of tuna, ducks, both waterfowl and landborne birds, and they allowed us to do many things as well as just eat them. Some of the critical parts of Māori culture is manaakitanga, the ability to host visitors, and areas like the Otukaikino allowed us to capture some of the best resources in this land. And by feeding our manuhiri, our visitors, it not only showed how important they were to us, but it also enhanced our own individual mana.
Well, what I like about it is a lot of projects around where we've lost the clean water or lost the waterways are polluted or whatever, and we're trying to get them back. Here we've got a waterways which is clean, and we're trying to keep it that way and trying to look after what we've got.
It has the ability to actually be restored back to pre-colonial days prior to the drainage. It would be an attraction where families would come back year after year and we're proud of, and reconnect with the landscape, so to speak, and having a real tangible connection to their community and the greater Christchurch.